I started getting caught up for some heavy cases. I know at one point I started looking at triple life sentences already. During the time of looking at the triple life sentence, my brother, he got released from Pelican Bay. From being released from Pelican Bay, he enrolled to community college. And going to community college, he got sent to UC Berkeley. And he was telling me, look, I got sent to UC Berkeley, writing me a letter. I'm like, I don't know no university. Like, I never heard of Berkeley, you know what I mean? Like, I never heard none of that. So, while he was writing me letters, he was sending me books too. Like, some regular books. Like, there was a book called The Jungle. It was about like poor Irish people, poor Irish migrant workers coming from Ireland and they're being exploited by capitalism. When I was reading this book, I'm like, I don't know nothing about this, you know what I mean? Anyway, so when I was reading it, I started getting like a little bit of understanding about it. It was like exploitation of hard conditions, and I started looking inside the county jail. How like within the county jail, they give out different treatments to different categories of population. Like let's say for an example, if a Latino or a Black get caught up for a contraband of violence inside that county jail, they get sent to the hole for like long periods or series of months, rather than like a white individual get caught up, he'll be in there for like a few weeks. And that's how it happens within the county jail. So being released from the county jail, no, I haven't got released yet. So while I was going to county jail, they had like the lack of evidence through the trial and everything. Like I said, I was looking at the triple life sentences. So when I was looking at the triple licenses, they had a lack of evidence for this loaded firearm, and then it reduces the sentence. So when it reduced the sentence, my mom automatically like bailed me out. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna put up the house, the contract. So you put up the contract. I ended up moving to Berkeley with my brother. When I moved to Berkeley with my brother, I ended up getting letters direct from faculty members and professors. I'm just sitting in their classes. They're talking about like, there was a prison literature class. What was it again? Pat Hilton, right? Yeah. Pat Hilton. Yeah, there was one professor named Pat Hilton. She had like running this prison literature class. So it was pretty interesting because within that prison literature class, they started talking about like how mass incarceration started from the chattel slavery to the indigenous school boards trying to get the natives to follow suit, and how there was supposed to be a coercion of labor. I was like tripping out about it. Anyways, so I ended up getting letters for them, taking them back to the court, and the court the DA was hot. The DA didn't fuck around. The DA was hot. The DA was like, what the fuck is this? And my lawyer, my attorney, he was like, don't you wish that we went to Berkeley? Don't you wish we went to the university? And the judge automatically reduced the sentence to the lowest, because after I was looking at triple licenses, they ended up reducing it to 3 to 5 years in prison, or you want to do 7 years in the federal case because the gun was stolen from the police department. That is if I want to take it to another trial bit. But other than that, though, like, you know what? They ended up dropping the 3 to 5 years to like 1 week in the county jail. And once I got this letter to reg, I was like, man, this is pretty dope. Like, once I heard 1 week in the county jail, all right, whatever. I ended up going to the county jail, and there was this one individual, like, I got mad respect for, one of the homies from Rockwood. And I remember I was going through a process, and he was already on the third strike, and we were in the holding tank. He was already going through the third strike, and I remember having this conversation with him. And there was one conversation I talked about, don't you wish that we could see like solidarity and unity within the homies? This question, this random question. I want to highlight this. Like, I'm only at the age of 20. I'm only 20 years old, and everybody else in that conversation, like, they couldn't understand it. Like, the homie just told me, like, you know what? You're so bright. Like, a lot of homies don't ask that, So anyways, to cut it short, like, I started realizing that, you know what? I want to provide that same platform that my brother provided for the rest of the folks that are being incarcerated or about to get incarcerated. So, yeah.
All right, I have one more question. Basically, can you all explain in your experience or in how you see fit, how do you see that we should be going about humanizing individuals on a national scale, as well as what would be some alternatives for incarceration?
So for me, honestly, we need to get back in the business of building each other up instead of breaking each other down for profit. We've been destroying each other. We compete for profit, and it's just all about profit. And so my whole thing is we need to put people over profits. Like it's disgusting what we do to each other for money, and we're willing to kill people for money. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like to humanize it, we need to look at ways of building folks up through, whether it be through changing the school, the main school, like elementary, all that whole entire curriculum that you go through that's pretty much outdated and hasn't evolved at all. They need to change it from there. Right? We need to start there at that low level right there. We need to quit using drugs as a form to control people. Because we're so quick to be like, oh, you're depressed, let me give you Prozac. Oh, you're so hyper, let me give you Ritalin. Oh, we're so quick to turn everyone into a drug addict. We feel that drugs is the way to get people to be normal. And that's not it. Like, everyone's their own person, and we need to understand what people are going through. Everyone's trauma comes up differently. So we need to get back into healing as well. We're dealing with so much PTSD. Every single one of you in this room has PTSD. Do you guys watch the news? Who all watches the news in here? Everyone. You see all the shit that's going on the news? Yeah, that gives us all PTSD. We're all affected with PTSD. We're seeing all this violence. We're seeing all this disgusting stuff that's just going on. We're hearing all this disgusting stuff that are coming out of these people's mouths, like we need to humanize it on a different scale and realize that we're all equal. We're all going through the same things, and money doesn't define who we are. So quit chasing money. That's not what it's truly about. Live life, enjoy life, and love life every step of the way. One thing that he said right there that was very powerful, and I really felt it, was your mom is always going to be there. That was one thing that I felt all the way through juvenile hall, prison. Like, my mom never gave up on me. But maybe it's not your mom, maybe it's your uncle, maybe it's your dad, or maybe, it's somebody. But there's somebody in your life who's gonna be there forever, and they're gonna stick by you. But what you need to do is embrace everyone around you. And on a different light of that, of how we should